आज ही डाउटनेट ऐप डाउनलोड करें। डाउटनेट पर होगा अब आपके सभी मैथ्स, केमिस्ट्री, फिजिक्स और बायोलॉजी डाउट्स का सफाया। बस अपने क्वेश्चन की फोटो खींचो, उसे क्रॉप करो और तुरंत वीडियो सोल्यूशन पाओ। डाउनलोड नाउ।
Hello, the question is anything that influences the valence electron will affect the chemistry of the element. Which of the following factor does not affect the valence electron? Valence shell. Valence shell is that shell which has outer electrons. Suppose we are consider any element like which has 2, 8, 8 and 2 electrons. So these two outer electrons will be the valence electrons, and the shell in which these electrons are present are known as valence shell. So we are given with the first option, which is valence principal quantum number. Valence shell is influenced. The question is anything that influences the valence electron will affect the chemistry of the element. Which of the following factor does not affect the valence shell? So the first is valence principal quantum number. Principal quantum number will affect the valence shell because only the outer quantum number, outer shell principal quantum number will be the valence shell. Suppose here we have principal quantum numbers of 1, 2, 3, 4. Only fourth will be considered as the valence shell, and the number of electrons present in this will be influenced with this particular shell. So this is not the answer. Next is nuclear charge. Nuclear charge will also affect the valence electron as well as valence shell, because nuclear charge, suppose we are considering a particular element like fluorine. When it takes one electron more, it forms an ion. In case of fluorine, it has only 2 and 7 electrons, but in case of F negative anion, it has 2 and 8 electrons. Now the valence shell here will have complete octet, but in this case we can say that there is a complete octet which will be more stable, but in fluorine this is not stable. That's why nuclear charge will influence the valence shell. Next we are given with the nuclear mass. When we are considering with the nuclear mass composed of protons plus neutrons. So out of these, protons are someone which will definitely influence the valence shell, but not neutrons. These will not influence the valence shell. That's why our answer will be C. We also consider the fourth option, which is the number of core electrons. The number of core electrons are which are present in the inner subshell. Suppose in this particular diagram, suppose there are two core electrons, then in outer electron there are total 8 electrons and next 8 electrons. These core electrons will shield the outer electrons to experience the nuclear charge, because the inner electrons will experience the more nuclear charge in comparison to the outer shell. That's why they will overall cause a shielding effect. Due to this shielding effect, the outer valence shell electrons do not experience that much nuclear charge which will be experienced by the inner shell. That's why the core electrons also influences the valence electrons. Okay, so our answer is only C, because in nuclear mass both protons and neutrons are involved. Protons do affect the valence shell and valence electrons, but neutrons does not. Okay, thank you very much.
क्लास 6 से 12 से लेके नीट, IIT, जेईई मेंस और एडवांस के लेवल तक 10 मिलियन से ज्यादा स्टूडेंट्स का भरोसा। आज ही डाउनलोड करें डाउटनेट ऐप या व्हाट्सएप कीजिए अपने डाउट्स 8400 400 400 पर।